All right. Enough about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SIUUUPLEX Podcast. You're probably noticing I'm already shortening the way we say Sue. I'm Aj, and I'm joined with my brother Kish, as always. If you don't know what we're doing by now already, then, have a look at the description or listen to the previous episodes. I'm not going to explain it each and every time, but hopefully you get the gist by now. And let's get right into it. So do you want to pick the topic for today?
Yes, let's do it. Tombola time. Oh. Got a piece of paper. Okay. Right. Who would make the best or worst Uber driver?
Oh, man. Wow. Okay. So I think we should shake things up this time. Shall we start with the wrestlers?
Yeah, why not? Do it.
All right, let's do that. Do you want to go first or shall I?
You gone. You go first.
All right, so we'll do best and worst wrestler. So interesting. What makes a good Uber driver? First of all, are we talking about, driving it in itself? Who do we think would be a good driver? Are we talking about who can follow a map the best? Are we talking about who would make the best conversation in an Uber, sort of car? I'm basically going to take all of these factors in and try and formulate an answer. By the way, I've not thought of anything. I didn't even know this topic was coming. So,
I think it will be based on just like, can you hack sitting next to that person for like the 40-minute journey?
Well, normally you're at the back, aren't you? So you're not necessarily next to them.
Yeah, you might be in the front. I've sat in the front before.
So have I, but especially in these days with COVID, you're encouraged to wear a face mask or sit at the back.
Okay, but then a lot of these Uber drivers try to get 5 stars in a tip, right? So they'll conversate with you. They'll
converse, not conversate.
Yeah, they'll make convo. They'll try to be a friend, right?
Converse, not conversate.
I said converse.
I swear you said conversate.
Yeah, I said conversate.
Oh my god! Ever since Biggie included that in one of his songs, everyone says that, right?
That's true.
Conversate in the first date, whatever. Yeah.
Sex on the first date.
That's it. But everyone says it as if it's English. It's not English. It's not. It doesn't make. It's not technically grammatically correct. So yeah, the more you know. Anyway, let me think about this now. So best wrestler to be an Uber driver. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, I've got one.
Oh, go on then. Yeah, help us out. Go for it. You start off. Best wrestler.
Best. Okay. It's a little bit householdy, but my best, I would say, best Uber driver would be John Cena.
Wow, Mr. You can't see him. Is it because you don't want to see him? Like, what is it?
I'm just getting to it. Wait, so a number of reasons actually. So they will kind of come at me at once. So I think first of all, he'd be a really neat driver. Like he wouldn't have like shit lying around everywhere, chewing on wrappers. I reckon like the car would be well maintained. It'll be valeted. I reckon he'll just have a few props hanging off the mirror kind of guy. But yeah, I think he'll just be like, how he's like really inspirational. So when he talks, like, he's good in the ring, he's good on the mic and stuff like that. But he always has he can tell a story well, right? Do you see what I'm saying? He can build a story well, tell it well. And he's really polite as well. I've never seen him to be rude. So I think like when he's got a passenger at the back, like he'll converse, but he'll let that person speak. He'll if he's telling a story, he'll do it. And if he goes into one of his like inspirational tangents, that he'll do that as well. And you can kind of, he builds a relationship, I think. So if you're giving us a 5-minute journey, 40-minute journey, I think he'll be good at doing that. I think he'll just be a pleasant person to work with. But then, if he gets into an accident, or whatever. And then he'd be, you can't see me or whatever. I don't know, do something stupid like that. But I think on the whole, I think he'd be, quite a good person.
I mean, that's actually quite good. I didn't think about
it's
all
good,
of it.
isn't it? It's not like
It's good, and I think he's actually I don't want this to come across wrong, but he's got a nice sounding voice. It's very easy on the ears. His voice, like I'm not talking about when he shouts and when he's doing a promo full on, you can't see me, like basic Thugonomics promo word lifestyle. But I'm talking about when he's if you listen to him in interviews, like just for like I don't know, Men's Health or whatever, he's got a very nice, relaxed voice. It's like he's just had a cup of black coffee and he's talking. So whether, like you said, it's 5 minutes, 40 minutes, I think you wouldn't get bored or sick of that voice.
Yeah, exactly. So his talents come in. So yeah, I think I'll be good. I have a feeling like he'll be. I'm not, and I don't mean this any bad way, but I've been in a few Uber rides where the cab just smells like rotten. It stinks. It smells of like, I don't know, body odor. Smells like shit. Smells like lunch from the day before. Like it just smells musty. I reckon John Cena's type of guy that uses like fragrant like moisturizer. He seems like that type of guy, right?
Yeah, he also seems very responsible, very hygienic. He's all the things you want, isn't it? So
yeah, like his breath won't smell.
You know what? I can't disagree. To be honest, I think that's a very good one. I mean, the only potential objection, and this is probably going to go with any wrestler, most wrestlers, is you might be intimidated not to give 5 stars because of how big they are. But I guess they can't do anything afterwards because you've left the car.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bit of logic going into that one, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Bloody hell, I don't know how I'm going to top that now. You really throw me off. I had a few ideas in my head, but I don't know now. All right. Let's see. Who can we pick? A lot of the wrestlers as well, like they don't come across responsible and trustworthy. Like for some reason, I was thinking Scotty Too Hotty, but I was like, this guy is a loony. Like he might throw you off. He might like drop you off at the wrong place. So
is that your answer?
No, it's not Scotty Too Hotty. No.
Imagine doing a worm like while he's driving.
The whole car does the worm. The whole car. Oh my God, this is really, really tough. I'm really struggling here. Okay. All right. Do you know what? So we've kind of used this answer before, but we kind of haven't, right? I would. Nah. Okay, I'm changing it. I was gonna go Mick Foley, not Mankind Mick Foley, but I'm not going there. I'm gonna go Theodore Long. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh yeah, the guy in the suit.
Yeah. So he started off as a referee, and then he became general manager of SmackDown.
You'd be such a slow driver, man.
No, like holla. Welcome aboard, player. Like that's what it would do, right? The thing with Theodore, you can imagine him to be, very punctual, very polite. If you want to chat to him, he will have lots to say. If you don't want to chat to him, he won't take it to heart. He'll come in his long cream suit. I don't know if you've seen it, like the waistcoat and the blazer coming down to his knees, basically. And his sleeves being a bit baggy for him, and his shiny bald head and his tinted glasses. And like, you go up to the car and he's like, welcome aboard, player. Holla. Hop in the front, right?
It's true, man. Yeah.
He's kind,
he's charismatic.
He's charismatic, but he's also, because he was a general manager, if you don't want to talk and you're just in the back with your earphones or headphones, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Cena, on the other hand, he might say something. He might be like, try and make a joke about like, dude, what's going on? I know you can't see me, but you don't want to hear me either. Like, Cena, that was really bad, by the way. But I'm going to go with Theodore Long. SmackDown general manager.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'd say the only thing with him, he just seems like someone, oh, this is the worst. When you're cutting your hair in the barber and you're chatting with a barber and the barber stops cutting your hair because he's finishing his sentence or trying to explain something to you and you're like,
oh, yeah.
You're like, fucking carry on cutting my hair. Like, I'm not here to talk to you. I feel like Theodore's the same type of guy. He'll start driving slow because he's so engrossed in a discussion. He's trying to like talk to you about something, get his point across, and he'll keep looking at you while he's driving, and in your head you're like, focus on the road, focus on the road, focus on the road. Like he seems like one of those slow drivers, but then he gets so boosted when someone starts talking to him. He thinks, "Oh, right, yeah, I've got something on here." Yeah, I think that will be his letdown.
The thing is, obviously, this is all speculation, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is ultimate speculation. Like, come on, you can't
He just-
assume that from
He
just
just
who he
sees it,
is.
man. He's been around the block a few times. He's obviously an older
No pun intended.
person. Yeah, so values company.
I don't know if you meant that round the block pun, but anyway.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good one. I like it.
All right, let's go worse then. Have you got one in mind? Worst wrestler to be an Uber driver.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, Big Show.
Big Show.
Yeah, man. Big Show. Look, first of all, most Uber drivers are all like Uber cars rather are small saloon cars. So they're like Toyota Priuses, whatever. They're not, this guy's suited for a bus, man, or a pickup truck or something like that. I just think he'll be too big for his vehicle. And like, I just think, yeah, you just, and when he tries to accelerate or whatever, he's so heavy footed that the car will just keep jerking. It just won't be a smooth ride. It won't be smooth at all. Like, the guy's not designed. His body's not designed for driving or sitting. It's designed for standing and like just waddling. Big Show is not you, and he's sitting next to you. You're probably gonna like feel his hips on your thigh. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna be that close to you. He'll probably end up sitting on the gear knob as well. Like he's that.
When you're stuck in traffic, he goes, well, looks like I'm going slow.
And then like when it's a really sunny day, like he pops the sunroof and then puts his arm through it and goes, ah.
or as the Rock used to do. Oh my God! Let me. Unless you're done with unless you're not done with your justification, let me.
That is it. That is pretty much it. Big Show speaks for itself, man.
Nah, let me play devil's advocate here. I think first of all, the Uber car does not make the Uber driver. If he's big, he'll probably pick you up in a SUV or a Hummer or a 4x4, which means more brownie points for you. Well, not brownie points, but more of a pleasant experience for you. You get to travel in that really spacious vehicle. So you can't assume he's going to be in a saloon, right? He'll be in the car he wants to drive, right?
Yeah.
Secondly,
yeah,
you talk about the hips being wide. Yes, but you could always just go in the back seat, like I said right in the beginning.
That's true. That's true. The other thing is, yeah.
Like you said, if you were to get into an accident or some road rage, no one's messing with him. You are protected. You're protected.
Well, he's protecting himself because he's so flipping big. He doesn't need no like balloon airbag. But the other thing is he's going to have his seat like reclined so far back, like and pushed so back, so you can only sit on one side of the back seat, effectively.
But when did you ever need two seats?
I don't know if you're with someone. I don't know. But can you imagine like when he horns? Like he doesn't horn. He just goes ah.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Big Show.
It's a good attempt, but I think I can better it.
Okay.
So my worst wrestler is Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm going to get in my pickup truck, listen to some Backstreet Boys. That was The Rock's impression of him, sorry. Stone Cold.
Well, because he's listening to Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, even though he doesn't. So Stone Cold, for so many reasons. I don't even know where to begin. Let's start with the obvious. He drinks beer. He's probably going to be drunk.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Number two, in a lot of his entrances, he used to come out on an ATV or even some kind of SUV or a car. He's come down the ramp on vehicles before. And if you see the way he drives, jerky, fast. I mean, to be fair, he can operate machinery and equipment quite well. Like, do you remember when he... was it him that exploded Vince McMahon's car? Or sorry, The Rock's car?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
He got the... as JR put it, the cement. He got the cement truck, and he filled The Rock's, I forgot what it was, Rolls Royce or whatever it was, and then The whole thing exploded with cement internally. But yeah, he can operate vehicles quite well, but still, he's very reckless in his driving. You see it when he's coming down the ring. Like I said, the aforementioned beer drinking, and also his personality. He's not going to be pally with you. He's going to give you so much like stick. You don't want to sit next to him because his breath stinks of beer. Like his breath will reek of beer. And even if you go to the back, you'll probably smell it. There'll probably be beer cans all over the car. It will be a very horrific, not horrific, but it will be a very uncomfortable ride. What do you think?
I feel what's the biggest thing when you're trying to get from one place to another is to get there as quick as possible, right? He'll get there in half the time rather than theory.
I'll go one up than that. It's not. The most thing you're looking for when you want to get to A to B is your safety, man.
Fine, safety, you know? fine. But can you imagine if you said, so where are you? I don't want to do his voice now. Where are you going to? And you'll be like, the airport.
I was just going to do that. You sorry son of a bitch. You want to get to the airport? Stone Cold Steve Austin says,
yeah, that's it.
That set my dog off.
You set him off.
That set my dog off. One moment.
Go
on. You carry on justifying that while I sort him out.
No, I need to justify it while you're here. Actually, something has just come to my mind.
Right, I'm back. Oh my God, that Austin thing set him off, man. I guess it sounds like a bark in itself, innit? But anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, safety, abusive language, like alcohol, the lack of chat, like, he'll find a problem with you no matter what you do. If you don't chat to him, he'll take it offensively. If you chat to him, he'll probably be like, hey, well, kid, what's your step? You're talking to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line.
Well,
and then, if he gets into road rage, he will stick his middle finger up. But yeah, no one's messing with him.
Oh, yeah.
He'll probably be the instigator of road rage. Like Big Show probably wouldn't, but Stone Cold would be the one that starts it with the middle finger, effing and blinding, and you're just unsafe, man. You're unsafe.
Yeah, okay. You've justified this one well. Yeah, but there's one thing that I think that he would bring. That would be if he's stuck in traffic and you're trying to get somewhere, and you're like, and then you're like, oh, how long's this traffic? Oh my God, yeah, look at it. It's the traffic for another 15 minutes. What should we do? Then we're like, if Stone Cold should take Route 66 and take a detour to the airport, give me a hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, probably the only advantage.
No, good one. I think. Yeah.
No, I definitely.
Let's see what everyone else says. I know who I'd rather sit next to, but yeah.
I definitely think I win that. But all right, cool. Let's go to the balls of the foot, the footballers.
Right. Starting with the best.
So do you want me to start because you started off with the wrestling?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, I haven't thought about it yet. Okay. Best footballer, again, for the same reasons. You want them to be punctual. You want them to be a good driver. You want them to be courteous and know the roads well. All right. I've got it.
Go on.
I've got it. Just from that description alone, I've thought of something, and there's probably better answers out there, but I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with. Oh shit! He didn't speak English. Oh shit!
You only have to say it now. Go on.
Oh no! I was going to go. Okay. I was going to go with Casemiro.
What?
And the reason why I'm going with Casemiro
because he's the engine.
Yes. But also because he all right. Do you know what? See, because you've coaxed me into Casemiro. I was gonna not say it and say something else. Let me go with the one I was gonna say, please.
Go on.
For similar reasons, except this person can speak English.
Casemiro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Paul Scholes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Paul Scholes.
Okay. All right.
So he also was the engine of Man United, right?
Yeah.
But he knew his way around the pitch. He could distribute the ball even without looking. He knew where every single player was, and with that astute mentality on the pitch, knowing every corner of the pitch, knowing where all 10 others of his teammates, well, 9 others because you know where the keeper is, but all 9 other of his teammates are, and factoring in the opposition, he knew where to distribute the ball even without looking, and that was something that Scholes was legendary for. Now, if you can translate that to a Uber driver, you know what the knowledge is, right? Have you heard of something called the knowledge?
No. What's that?
So the knowledge is something that all cab drivers need to have. In fact, they have to study for it. They have to do an exam on it. It's called the knowledge. So they need to know that in order to know all the routes around London. That's a true thing. That I'm not making that up. They need to know that to know all the ins and outs around London. So if there is traffic, if there's anything wrong, a cab driver knows exactly where they are and where to go and how to get there in the quickest amount of time. Yeah. No. So wait. So Scholes being able to drive the ball across the pitch, know where everyone is, he would have the knowledge. I think he could apply that same skill set and learn the knowledge easily more than other footballers. Plus, he's a very polite individual. He's very softly spoken. He's not an aggressive nut like, someone like Roy Keane was on the pitch. He's actually completely the opposite. He gets the job done, but he's a little bit more passive in his approach. And if you want to talk to him, we'll hold a conversation, but he won't bother you. And he's just great at his job. So Paul Scholes, safe, secure.
It's just like a marketing campaign.
Paul Scholes, everyone. Paul Scholes.
Oh my! How have you gone from knowing his way around the pitch to knowing his way around London? A pitch is rectangle. London. It's not the same thing.
Well, by that same logic, the Earth is a sphere. All right. So. By that same logic.
God. All right. Well, okay, fair. You'll be a pleasant. Yeah, it'd be pleasant.
Unless you're a flat earther, then the Earth is a rectangle as well.
Oh God. Wow. I mean, yeah. I'll give him. He'll be polite. Whatever. He's not really one for the cameras anyway, so he'd be easy to get along with. But my God, he's boring, man. He's boring. Have you seen those clips of him and Gary Neville? He's just so average.
Go on, do an impersonation.
Well, get the ball. Why would you want to? Cross it in, just get your head on it.
You could always do British players from up north.
Yeah, like Warnock.
Because you did Keane really well as well. That's why I wanted you to do it. You've never done Scholes, but British players from up north, you always nail.
Yeah. I'll sit on the horn. I'll take a detour. I'm gonna go this way. There's a lot of traffic this way. What?
I beg you respond in Gary Neville. Gets the ball.
Well, what I'd do is I'd go straight down the narrow, and then this is Manchester United. I'd go around the ring road. I don't know, what else does he say? Just Manchester United.
Just do your gets the ball one. I love it.
Gets the ball. Yeah, when he goes, gets the ball. Tries to dink it over.
Oh my God.
Doesn't quite make it, but it's a great run and great persistence. The manager would definitely be proud of that.
Yeah. Anyway,
so Scholes. Okay, fine.
I think that's brilliant. I'm really proud of that one, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
You go next.
All right. Mine's also. I'm definitely not justified in the same way. I'm going to go for Ole Solskjaer.
Okay, go on. Another Man United veteran.
Yeah. Ole at the wheel.
Ah, nice. In fact, just for that,
that wasn't my justification. I think Ole is just well balanced individual, right? He's easy to get along with. He'll be such a good driver, like sensible driver, right? One of those, and he'll just be really, if we're driving, and he'll tell you, he'll manage expectations. I think we're getting late. This route is we're going on the narrow and the straight. Hope you don't get late.
I must say, I'm not picked up on his enunciations of consonants.
He does. He pronounces his T's proper. But I just think he'll be. He's cool, man. He's Ollie. You can't not love Ollie. He's one of those players. There's players in the Premier League that everyone just loves. Rashford, Salah, Ollie Solskjaer. You know,
I still don't get how this translates to Uber driver. Explain.
because he'll be a safe driver for one. Two, he'll do us right, so he'll do us right. But he'll do it like he'll tell you if you're going to be late. He'll tell you the best route. You know, he'll just be honest. Like,
Sorry, pause.
What?
Hard disagree.
Why?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
He does what's right. Okay, he signed Ronaldo. He felt pressure to. Then he couldn't even
it's big difference.
wait. Then he couldn't even tell Ronaldo to go that he's diminishing the club, or not that I believe that, but he couldn't tell him that, and then you're saying he does what's right, and then he needs to, but if you do something wrong, he'll tell you. He showed none of that at Man United. He showed none of that. That was his biggest weakness. How can I'm right here.
No, but there's a difference between telling Ronaldo to fuck off and driving a car properly. When I mean doing what's right, I mean he obeys the road rules. He drives safely. He tells you to put your seatbelt on, put your mask on, type of guy, right? He's one of these. He doesn't bend rules. He does it properly. He gets you. Like you said in your old one, he'll get you there safe, A to B. And that's the biggest priority. You said,
okay,
rather than getting there quick. So Solskjaer for me, he's one of those. Yeah, he's just. Wait,
but surely we can only base what we know of the character in wrestling or the performance as a footballer or a manager in football.
Yeah.
So we're using that to base our decision. You've just said something that we've not seen with Solskjaer as a manager.
Right? Okay. So we have. So Fergie used to bring him on super sub, right? Substitute. Used to bring him on as a sub to win us a game, right? One day he done against Forest. He scored 5 goals as a sub. Yeah. So he'll be there when you're in trouble, right? So same way. You've ordered an Uber. Some Ubers will reject you, by the way. They'll see your request and be like, oh, no, stop this. And they'll decline your request and it'll go to another Uber driver. He's the type of person that will he'll take on your request. And then he'll get there and he won't let you down. That was what Solskjaer's for. He won't let you down. He scored the winner in the Champions League final as a sub. Came on and done it. So it's the same thing. He'll come in, he'll get you there on time, he'll drive you there safely, he won't let you down.
So I must say I did think of the Champions League final goal, and from that standpoint you're absolutely correct. But one thing you mentioned earlier was he'll get you from point A to point B. Did he ever get United from point A to point B? I don't think he did.
Well, he did. I mean he did to an extent.
Man, you got to stop with that.
I know. Sorry. So I'll stop. You remember that night in Paris? That night in Paris when we beat PSG. He did a lot for us. We were finished second in the league as well, and we got to a Europa League final, but we didn't win it.
I guess you could say he was on the verge of building something when he signed Sancho, but then he felt pressure to sign Ronaldo, right? People were saying that he was onto something there, and you never know where he could have taken us. But, just from his recent actions alone, like with the whole Ronaldo fiasco and then the way he handled United, and the fact you mentioned, and don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Solskjaer, great player, a legend for the club, but you mentioned yourself, he was always that impact sub, right? So yes, he would be that second choice Uber driver when the first one declines or cancels. So yes, he's Mr. Reliable from that standpoint, but he's not your first pick. And we're talking about best Uber driver. So you get me? He's not the best. He's second best.
Come on. Look, when you get an Uber, you know that Uber driver is never going to be the best Uber driver in the world of Uber drivers. He's just going to be a good Uber driver. So who was yours? Who did you choose? Scholes. Oh, come on. Okay.
Scholes was starting 11. Always, every day, starting 11.
You don't get starting 11 for Uber drivers.
But we're translating what we see on the pitch and who they are. That's the whole point of the exercise. It's the whole point of this.
Okay, all right, fine. I can't say I agree, but I respect your opinion on that. Anyway, Mr. Solskjaer and Mr. Scholes, 2 legends of the club for different reasons. Right.
Nice.
Cool. On to the worst Uber driver.
Okay. There's so many here. So many. I am going to go with. I'm going to go with Aubameyang.
Really?
I'm going with Aubameyang. So it's just the first one that came to my head. So I'm not going to overthink it. It's just the first thing that came to my head, and I had a few reasons why. First of all, I'm sure you probably saw in All or Nothing with Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With his flashy cars, right? So you're going to be picked up in style. I'll give you that, and that's where the brownie point starts, and that's where the brownie points end. So he's going to come and pick you up in style. But then it could go one of two ways. He could either go really slow because he's really worried about his car getting scratched or damaged.
No.
So you're going to get there much slower than you anticipated. Or the other way around. He could go extremely fast because he wants to show off. He's a flashy individual. He's young. Don't forget, he's extremely... How old is he, by the way?
Oh, he's like 30, 32, I think.
Shit, really? You sure?
Yeah. He's old, man. He's getting on.
Okay, well, actually, that proves my point even more. So if he is 32, 31, whatever, it shows he still hasn't matured. He hasn't matured yet. He's still having to drive the flashiest cars. And, everything that happened to him, of course, there are some personal reasons that, I don't want to get into. And that's, probably not justifying this case. But he has shown immaturity elsewhere. And then he went to Barcelona, hasn't really made much of an impact there. And I'm just trying to translate it back into an Uber driver. I just think he's immature, and because of his flashy car, he'll either get there really slowly or too quickly, dangerously quickly. And he might make rash decisions and just cancel your order, like he just cancelled Arsenal. Well, I guess Arsenal cancelled him, but I'm going by that example to fuel my argument.
Yeah, I can somewhat. Oh, right. I see. Nice. I think. Yeah, I think you've got a point there. I think he's a bit lazy, isn't he? As well, he's just kind of his mind's not in it in the game.
Exactly.
I don't think it wouldn't be in the sport. I think, yeah. All right, I see
That's
where
the thing I was trying to get at. Yes, thank you. Yes. By the way, he's 33, so bloody hell.
Oh, 33, about bit of a styler, so it might just be all about the appearance rather than just getting you from A to B.
Exactly. All style, no substance.
Yeah, I see what you said. I've seen what you did there. All right. I think I can do worse. And when I mean worse, better, but worse in that sense. You want to hear mine?
Of course.
Beasler.
Who?
Beasler.
Beezer.
Leeds manager.
Oh my God. Why?
Marco Beasler.
Go on.
Because he doesn't speak English.
Oh, that's such a cop out. I guess Aubameyang doesn't either, but go on.
Yes, he does. He does.
Okay.
It's not the only reason. Beasler doesn't speak English, so you just don't know where you stand with him. Like if you could be chewing gum really loud, or you could just be like having a sweet wrapper, and Beasler will just slowly turn his head to the left, look at you, and you see.
I can't believe you thought of this guy like this. I had to really think about who you were talking about. First of all, you said Beezer, and then I realized Beasler. His face, he's the one with the proper grumpy face, isn't it?
Yeah, it's grumpy. It's scary. It's quite intimidating, man. You just look at him and you think, hey, I have no idea what this guy's thinking. Like,
you could have given me 3,000 guesses and he wouldn't have been on that list.
Yeah, but think about this: if you know a better route, or if you want to change something, or you want to ask the Uber driver a question, or if you just want to get out, for example, how are you going to tell him? He doesn't understand English. He's just going to look at you.
Oh, come on, man! Like you could apply that to so many other managers. Then I want something a bit more specific about him.
Like who? He's the only one in the Premier League that uses a translator.
Okay, but what about managers in La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A? You could.
I don't think anyone. Oh, maybe what's his name? Simeone. But I think he maybe speaks a bit of English for Atletico. But Beasler's. But he's also just got no character, man. He's just like. How are you going to be? I don't know. You sat next to him. I mean, I don't think he doesn't look like the most hygienic. I don't think he'd take care of his car.
Where are you getting that from?
I don't know. He just doesn't look. I don't know. Have you seen the way?
From what I remember, he's always in his Leeds, like he's in his sports jacket and the tracksuit. Yeah, so that shows like he's got a degree of neatness there. He's got not neatness, sorry. He's got a degree of order there. He likes to wear a matching tracksuit. It looks fresh and clean. Come on, like I'm pulling at straws here, but that justifies it somewhat. How can you say he's unhygienic? Oh, sorry, he's
No,
dirty.
I'm not saying he's. He just looks it. I don't know. He just doesn't look. He just doesn't look like someone you'd like to. If you had no choice but to sit at the front.
Like, for example,
I thought.
who at United can't speak English? Garnacho, right? Can he speak English?
Yeah.
No, he can, can't he?
But it's just look. You get in the car. Yeah. You're like, all right, mate, or all right, boss, how you doing? And he just like he's just really uneasy. Like you can't ask him like, so night shift today, huh? Or yeah, how's your day going? Or whatever. All right, boss, whatever. You can't say it to him. Like he won't acknowledge you. He just doesn't look like someone that will acknowledge you. He just looks like someone that will completely ignore you. And then you're thinking, all right, am I actually going to get to my destination here, or is he going to take me somewhere, like pin me up against the wall and slice my body up? Like you don't know where you stand with him. He's annoying.
Let me put it this way, right? This is why I'm failing to fully understand this one, right? When Ronaldo first started, he couldn't speak any English. Anderson and Nani, like even when United won the cups and all of that, they still couldn't speak English, right? Tevez was really, really bad at English as well. But they all have, you can justify them more than Beasler because they're even younger and somewhat more erratic. Like especially like you hear these stories with Anderson and Nani back in their youth with Ronaldo doing this and that. And they can't speak English. I would choose them over Beasler. At least Beasler is older. He's got experience. Right? He's a manager. If he can manage a squad, a Premier League team, he can manage a car and he can get you.
He's not going to take his translator with him into the cab.
But you really need to speak. Like I've had Uber drivers where I don't even speak to them at all. I've not mentioned a single word.
Yeah, I know, but it is different. You get in the car with Beasler and it's just like, oh my god, who have I just got into the car with? It's just like one of those. He just gives you that uneasy feeling, like something's gonna happen here. I'm not sure what. Like even when he looks at you, you're like, oh, what have I done? I don't even know you, but what have I done? Kind of thing. He's that old grumpy granddad, isn't it? That's what it is. He's like a proper old grumpy granddad. I don't know. Do you see him? You don't see him as someone that understands the road. You're talking about your Paul Scholes example of knowing well the underground.
I think mine was great. I think mine was brilliant. I think that was one of the best picks of the whole podcast.
So I guess for Beasler, it looks like someone that's just solely relies on the sat nav and just doesn't know any roads outside of that. Take the sat nav away from him, he'll know nothing about the London network.
But at least mine's based on mine's speculation through what I've seen on the pitch. You're just purely speculating.
But you can't try. Oh, okay. I don't think you can translate the pitch. Anyway, from what I know and from what Leeds fans make of him, he's like they love him, right, because of how he's transformed the club. I'll give you that. But
there you go.
But he is as a player. I think they he instilled fear into their man. I mean, he's just that character in it. And he there's so many pictures of him. I'm looking on Google now. There's so many pictures of him like losing it, just like shouting. He does that squat on the touchline.
Yeah.
And like literally just studying the game kind of thing. You feel like you come in and he's just going to study you. Like he's one of those people like who will drive, but he'll look at you while he's driving.
Oh my god! Yeah, there is one picture I'm looking at that is really menacing and intimidating. I don't know if it's got a red background. He's just looking directly into the camera.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, it's like a mugshot profile.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my justification of Bees. I can't do an impression of him because the man doesn't speak. But yeah,
so, fair enough. So
let's see. Anyway, keen to hear what everyone else thinks. There's going to be tons of weird and other ones out there that are probably better than mine. Worse than mine, whatever. But yeah, this is all top of the head. Yeah, as I said, shooting shit. So yeah, it's all good. All good for a good laugh. So
that's the beauty of it. Let's quickly write down the list. In the interest of time, I think we should leave this up to the viewers to see who's done better. But
yeah,
best wrestler, you picked Cena as the best Uber driver, and I picked Theodore Long. So that's that. And then worst, you picked Big Show, and I picked Stone Cold.
Yeah.
For best footballer, I picked Scholes. You picked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. For worst footballer, I picked Aubameyang, and you picked Beasler. And that's it. That's a wrap.
That's all right, guys. Look, we'll keep them coming. We'll keep them coming. Lots of juicy scenarios to get through. So yeah, tune us in for the next one.
Yeah. Nice one, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for the SIUUUPLEX Podcast.
So, see you guys.
Take care.